Galaxy S5 is powered by Android 4.4.2 with a brand new TouchWiz UI. You see a brand new icons, look and animation, unlock animation. There is no widgets here. You have the camera icon that came with the TouchWiz UI on top of KitKat. Then you have your notification bar. You see, with two fingers, when you drag down, it will bring the same menu. Quick function toggle bar, and then you can also sort them according to your own convenience. That's the main settings, but we'll come back to that in a bit. See, nice animation while swiping the home screen. And then you have OK Google, but you do not have to touch the Google bar, so that's one of the new thing with the S5. I just spoke OK Google and it starts reacting. The app dock is customizable, of course. You can create folders. Long press on any empty area on the home screen to add wallpapers, widgets and other things. And that's the recent menu button there, replacing the long time menu button. Yeah, your task manager. Long pressing on home will directly take you to Google Now. That's the main app dock, and you have a lot of apps really. The default Google apps plus Android in-house apps like Chat On, Samsung Hub and Samsung Link and stuff, and then some popular third-party apps. Now your settings, again you can see very nice round playful looking button. You can have either the tab settings or all the setting icons at one page. So this is the tab view, and then this is the grid view. So your lock screen. Now you have the fingerprint security, which is called medium to high security. You can register up to 3 fingerprints, and that fingerprint sensor is located on the home screen. There you see, I just swipe and it recognizes my fingerprints there. That's the fingerprint scanner settings, and I'm going to show you how you register a fingerprint. Yeah. So you see, I've already registered one. I can register up to 3, so 2 more. So whichever finger you want to register, you swipe correctly. Make sure you the swipe finishes over the home screen, because that's where the sensor is located. You do it correctly 8 times and the phone's gonna finish registering your fingerprint. There you see 8 times green, so that's fingerprint number 2. Yeah. So now you can go to lock screen and you can have your screen lock change from whatever to fingerprint. You can also when registering the fingerprint, you can also have an alternate password, so that in case you feel you have safety assistance. That's only available in some market, where you can quickly message your near and dear ones if you're in trouble. You can also take photos with the phone. Now that's a really good feature. So you have a power saving mode, and then now you have 2 modes. One is called ultra power saving mode, where your phone goes into black and white mode, and it shuts down almost all the background processes, all the processes in fact, leaving only the most important tools or processes that you can run. You can also add a number of processes to that, but only finite number. Now I'm gonna just show you that. So it's enabling the ultra power saving mode. There you see, you can have your phone, messages, internet. You can also add up to 3 apps. Your unlock screen is also pretty bland grayscale. You see, everything is grayscale, so it saves lots of battery. Now it's really useful when you're down to, let's say, 10% or 5% battery and you still have a long way to go before you get a charger. And we found that even when our battery was on 10% and then we enabled it, it went on for about 6 hours after that, which is quite commendable. Then you have the toolbar, and the toolbar is kind of a small white button. And there you see it's a floating button basically, because it's there anyway. You can also enable or disable it from the quick function toggle bar there, and it just enables a few tools or few quick functions that you would probably want to use on top of any window that you're working on currently. You can also go ahead and you can add a lot of apps there. Then you have a new private mode, with the help of which you can move your media like photos and videos and other things to a private vault where only you can access it. There you see it's kind of like personalizing or keeping it in a vault really. Now you can also secure it with your fingerprint, PIN, password and other security measures. Whatever is that time applicable for the phone can also be applicable for private content. So you just hold it and then from the menu select move to private. Now note that when you open the picture here, the private mode won't be available. You'll have to select that from the album view. Then you have your air views. Now because it does not have an S Pen, your finger works as the S Pen, and you'll be able to see some quick information appear when you hover your fingertip onto the content of some applications, like for example mails, and here you see to the gallery, contact, calendar items, etc. As you can see the calendar items. You also have various motions and gestures, but they're like usual with Samsung's flagships. You can add this many accounts, lots of them, and we're so happy to see finally Twitter coming to Samsung's flagship phones. You have backups and resets and cloud security. What else? The about device, and there you can see the model number there, SMG900H, and your 4.4.2 Android version. And then some other usual settings really. You can see it has 16 GB of storage. Now the 16 GB is available in India for about 51,000, but now I see it's available for about 47,000. The price got dropped right after M8 was released for about 49,000. That's the keyboard. Again, one of the best keyboard that we've seen in any kind of flagship, especially the number row on top is just a winner. Typing is a breeze. You can go to the settings and you can enable continuous typing. That's kind of like swipe, and you can also have various Indian languages here, you can see, and some other localization facilities. Then you have the browser, and it renders the web pages pretty nicely. It is the mobile version of Samsung's official web page, and you can go ahead and force a desktop view. Now this is the desktop view, perfectly rendered like you would have seen on your desktop. And then the note tree style tab arrangement there. HTML5 score 502 out of 555, phenomenal. And then you have your incognito windows as well. This stuff's here. Cool. So usual flagship grade browser. You also have a few shortcuts now. The gallery, the photos are arranged in stack, the albums are also arranged in stack, and you can go ahead and you can edit your photos with the inbuilt image editor. You can see you can enhance the photos, adjustment and effects, these various effect vignettes and all stuff. Then you have portrait effects, you can crop, rotate, etc. You can also share by all these means, a damn lot of those. And then also you have some other options as well, like you can set any image as your wallpapers. You can also share multiple media at once. Then you have a 16 MP camera. Yeah, a fairly usual clean UI. We'll come back to that in our camera review. And then you have the music. Again, we'll come back to the details in our multimedia review, but you can see it's pretty much like the usual TouchWiz UI music app. You have your adapt sound and sound alive. You see auto, or you can tap on any square there to have different sound effects, presets basically. Then the S Health. Now it also comes with the new feature, the heart rate monitor, and you can also download more health apps from here. It's going to take some time. There you can see you have these many apps you can download, and there you see you have pedometers. But strangely now the temperature sensor is not available, which was available with the Note 3, and which was really useful. Yeah, that's how your steps would be counted. And let's check out the heart rate monitor now. That's the instruction. So you got to keep your finger on the middle sensor, it will glow, and then it's gonna measure and show you your heart rate. You gotta really keep still and quiet. You see, at times it gives problem. But then you make sure that you're not, you're holding the middle sensor and not the right one, and then you're holding your finger still. There's 103 BPM, which is quite high really. And make sure it do not give too much pressure on the sensor. You can log your food, your weight, etc., and basically have a complete weight management program. What else? You have a smart remote that finally supports India now. You also got updates on Note 3 and some other flagships, where now the Watch On app supports India, and you can personalize them according to your states and even the direct to home providers. And there you see you can create a profile and to identify the channels as well, and then you can simply operate. You see, that's movie. Next I'm gonna show you some of the channels. You see, you have these channels, all are Indian channels. The finalist customizer was much criticized in India for not having India as a country. We had to select other countries, and so you can have all these brand of TVs. Some of the brands are not here in India. Yeah, so that's pretty much about it. But then before we go, you have the My Magazine docked on permanently on the left side, like Blink Feed on the HTC and Google Now on Nexus 5. So there's something that Samsung has kind of copied from others, but that's okay. I mean, you should learn good things from others anyway. So My Magazine is basically Flipboard in a more fancier way and more integrated with the TouchWiz UI. You also have a standalone Flipboard app, by the way. So that's about it. That's about the user interface of the Galaxy S5. A very extensive, disciplined and exhaustive UI, and I'm sure you'd have fun